Hey everybody, welcome back to Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. Let me just put my name back in. I gotta put the password in and stuff again. So I watched the first video I did back, and God, it is such a mess, and I don't know anything. But this time, I'm gonna prove I do know things. I wasn't planning on doing a video today, but it's just that I finished one of my 8 presentations, one down, 7 to go. And I also finished watching Carmen Sandiego on Netflix, and it is so cute, and I love it a lot. But I'm not going to talk about it yet, because this is going to be another studying video, and I want to give y'all a chance to watch it, so no spoilers. So I'm currently in an Indonesian archaeology course, and I've got a test coming up this Monday, so I thought I'd prep by answering some of the test questions. Just like the other studying videos, my professor gave me the entire list of questions because we're supposed to prepare for them. So I'm just gonna try and work on my my answer in my head while I play this, and hopefully this video won't be too much of a mess. I just wanted to do something really chill, cause like, why not? If you don't want a really chill, boring nerd video, too bad, you're getting one. Or you could just like watch this when you're about to go to bed. Maybe you'll fall asleep. I don't know. Let me just open my notes here. Hold on a second. I'm also not going to read any more of the text because like I thought that was super boring. So I'm just going to take notes on this notepad that I have. I got my pen. I'm ready. So I'm just jotting down everything right away so I can just not have to think too hard about this, because these answers are really ridiculous. So I've got my it's just talking while playing a text-based game is just so hard if you're not talking about the actual game itself. Okay, I got my list of questions right here. Might as well just start with question 1. Discuss the major environmental and geological features of the Indonesian archipelago. That seems easy enough, I guess. I wish I could show you on this stupid map, but like, it's such poor quality. And Port Moresby is sitting right on top of it, so I can't really show you. But yeah, the Indonesian archipelago is just, it's like split into 3 major geological zones. We got Sunda, a continental shelf on the west, Wallacea, which is in the middle, and Sahel, which is like another continental shelf to the east. Oh god, I took my headphones off for a second and I am so loud. Like, I give myself a headache over how loud I am. I'm so sensitive to sound now, it's weird. But during the... Okay, so we got these 3 zones, right? During the Ice Age, like, the water levels were way lower during the Pleistocene. And so land bridges formed between Sunda and Southeast Asia that allowed people to walk right into Borneo. It's crazy. And like there's another land bridge that formed between Australia to New Guinea in Sahel. And then there's Wallacea, which is right in between those 2 regions, separating Australia and like Asia, sort of. It acts like sort of a filter between the 2 areas for like animals crossing over, because the ocean's super, super deep there. There's no land bridge here, so you can't cross it unless you build a boat. You can sort of see it from this map. It's right above Australia, right below Asia. You can sort of see it. I don't know. It's a pretty terrible map. I should have turned my camera on so I could like draw a map for you guys and show it. Whatever. Some girl in my class was like so confused as to how people build a boat. It's like, what do you mean how? Just because this was during the Pleistocene, thousands of years ago, doesn't mean they can't figure out how to put logs together. They lived in a rainforest. Or, it's like, people thousands of years ago can figure out a ton of stuff. Where do you think we're getting all these? You're in an archaeology class. Where do you think all these artifacts are coming from? But yeah, Ice Age people aren't stupid. They can figure out how to build a boat, man. Anyway, forget her. I was talking about Wallacea and the subduction zones. Okay. So the subduction zone is why there's like so many volcanoes, tons of earthquakes and tsunamis going on in this area all the time. It's wild. It's terrible, man. What are you gonna do? Move? Have I seen this animation? I don't think I saw that animation before. Hold on, what was the question? Major environmental and geological features. Okay, we got geological features. How about environmental features? So, like, I thought Indonesia would be really, really hot all the time because it's right on the equator. But apparently, the farther away from the equator you are, the more varied the temperature is. And then, like, my prof told us that they have glaciers in the east, apparently. I don't know. I've never seen pictures. But anyway, yeah, there's just two, like, rainfall environmental zones here. There's, like, the equatorial zone and the monsoonal zone. So, in the equatorial zone, they have rainfall all year round. Dense evergreen forests. And the equatorial zone is just like, why isn't there an equator line on this dumb map? It's like within 5 degrees north and south of the equator is the equatorial zone. So right there, rainfall all year round, dense evergreen forest. In the monsoonal zone, though, you go a little farther out, and they have like dry seasons, more tropical Amazon type area with like deciduous trees, deciduous plants, just like completely different. It's crazy. Just go a little further out and it's different. Not as much rain, dry seasons, yeah. And of course, when you're talking about rainfall in the environment, you're talking about soils too. Well, I don't know if you guys are talking about soils, but I am definitely talking about soils whenever I'm talking about rainfall. Like, fun fact, at a point when I was doing my horticultural science citation, which is like an 1/8 of a bachelor's degree, it's like half a year instead of 4 years, I wanted to be a soil scientist, but my soils professor said to my face when he handed back my soils paper to me that I'm a really good writer, but I can't do math, and I shouldn't do soils anymore. So, yeah, I decided to stick with anthropology. But now I'm an anthropology student who knows a lot about soils and growing media, so that's really helpful. Because, like, my prof didn't even know about the different kinds of soils, my anthropology prof. So, you guys probably don't know a lot about soils either. Okay. Let's do a really quick Soils 101 class. Okay, so like what actual soil really is different combinations of sand, silt, and clay. And depending on how much you have of each of these, really determines the type of soil it is with different levels of drainage, different levels of water retention. So, it's just crazy. So, like, all the nutrients are in the organic matter that's mixed into the soil. So we got peat, we got wood, we got leaves. It's like stuff like that. So if you're interested in soil science, definitely look up the soil texture triangle. It's like my favorite thing to look at. Like, I had it in my soils textbook, and I would just flip to that page. Like, I had a bookmark there, and I would just flip to that page, just stare at it all day. I love it. It's just like, there's so many different kinds of soil. Tag yourself. I'm silty clay loam. That's my favorite. Anyway. Let's get back to Indonesia. I'm just so excited. I finished this just by writing stuff down. This was a pretty easy one anyway. I actually went back and played a bunch more, and then I just reloaded. And yeah, it turns out every single case is completely randomized. It's awesome. This game is awesome. But I kind of have some of the hints memorized now. There's not actually that many. I have some of the flags memorized. Anyway. Okay. Agriculture. Yeah. So yeah, the equatorial zone has a lot of latisols, which are what you get in tropical rainforest. Sorry, latisols are soil heavy in aluminum and iron, and it turns like the soil sort of a reddish or yellowish color. I love it. My prof said the soil here is heavy, which I assume means like dense and full of clay kinds of soil. Like, you get that a lot in tropical rainforests. And because it's all clay, you don't get a lot of plant nutrients in that soil, or organic matter in that soil. So, like, all the nutrients just sort of sit on top of the soil in the biomass, which is, like, waste materials from plants. You got, like, leaves and dead trees, dead plants, just all decaying stuff. And, my prof, it's also full of little buggy bugs, as my prof says, just eating up all those, dead materials. And that's what the biomass is. So, like, there's nothing in the soil. So if you cut away these rainforests, guess what happens? The soil has nothing to hold on to because it's all clay, and because it's raining all the time, it all just washes away in the heavy rains. So you get absolutely nothing is left after that. And like, this area is terrible for agriculture, so what's the point? Just stop cutting down rainforests. You're killing the whole ecosystem for no reason whatsoever. Just greed and trees is the only reason. God, okay. Hold on. Can I just... Okay. An area that is good for agriculture, though, is southeast Indonesia. It's like, you remember those volcanoes I was talking about with the subduction zones and, like, in Malaysia? So volcanic soils are great. They're really fertile, really firm. They're actually also known as andisols, which is spelt like my name, Andisols. So they're my favorite. And they're not clay. They're not all clay, but they have a better nutrient retention. So they're like more of a silty clay or a silty clay loam. Yeah, which is like pretty ideal for rice terraces, which is what which is what Indonesian people use these soils for. Okay. So, really quick spoilers for episode 3 of Carmen Sandiego. That episode was about Indonesia, and I was so excited about it because, like, because I'm in an Indonesian class. So, spoiler alert, Vile, in that episode, Vile wanted to destroy all the rice terraces in Indonesia in that episode so they could sell people over their own overpriced rice because after all, their rice is dead. And I was like, wow, so evil. What a good villain thing. Hold on a second. Let me just grab my water after okay. God, I'm talking so much. But yeah, that's a thing that's happening. Like, Priya went to Fiji and she was telling us about how they don't have water because of all the typhoons and floods that are caused by global warming, that are, like, all the floods contaminated the water in Fiji. And then everyone there has to drink bottled water. And then, you know, the Fiji Water Company, they sell that water in Fiji back to those people at insane prices. Like, is that water even from Fiji? Is that just the brand name? I don't even know because I don't know anything about bottled water because I hate it. It's like, if you live somewhere that has safe water, just don't buy water. I live in BC and I drink from the tap at least twice a day. I filled up my water bottle with tap water. Like, I can't even imagine having not clean water. That's crazy. So, like even people in North America don't have clean water. Like, Flint, Michigan, they still have poison water after 10 years. 10 years! 10 years! And no one's done anything about it. It's just, I'm getting so mad about bottled water. I'm just gonna get off this tangent train right now, or I'm gonna go on about this for another 4 hours. I'm supposed to be studying. Just donate water, you guys. Donate water. Okay, back to rice terraces. Volcanic soils are amazing for agriculture. That's pretty much all I have to say on that. Like, I wrote in my notes, volcano, and that's all I have there. So let's just jump back to the equatorial zones, because, like, I never even really... Okay, let's talk about the environment more. Like, another thing about tropical rainforests is that they're known to have, like, high species diversity. I believe there's like 25,000 species of plants in the equatorial zone. And that's just like equatorial zone alone. Like, where is it? It starts with a B, it's 5 letters. That area has like 11,000 species alone. It's not Borneo. It's not Bali. I'm pretty sure it's 5 letters. Oh god, I'm gonna fail this test. I'll get back to that if I ever remember. Okay, so yeah, the rainforest, tons of diversity. Monsoonal zone, not so much. It's got the dry seasons, remember? So it's got totally different plants. It's got deciduous plants, lots of different kinds of deciduous plants, but not as much variability. There's not the diversity that you see in the rainforest in the monsoonal zone. Damn it, I should have drawn you guys a map or something. Okay, just like imagine a grid. So like going horizontal, it's split into the equatorial zone, right in the middle, and then it's sandwiched between 2 monsoonal zones. and then going vertical, it's the Sunda, Wallachia, and Sahel. So it's like it's a tic-tac-toe board here. And then just picture that. So, okay, remember how I said Wallachia separates Asia from Australia? This is what I sort of really mean in how, like, the west, in Sunda, it's all Asian species, and then to the east, Sahel is all, like, Australian species. And then in the middle there, we got Wallachia, which is, like, kind of a transitional zone, where they have their own thing going on. Like, I don't really know. Like, my prof just said they're all endemic species, which just means, like, Wallachia has a bunch of exclusive Pokemon there. I don't know anything about the animals. He showed one picture, and it was like this little monkey rat man. It was super cute, but... And then he told us a really sad story about how the native people just will shoot them with guns all the time and then just eat them, but we never really went into it further than that, so I don't really know what species are in Wallachia. But yeah, I think that's a good enough answer to that question, I guess. We can do a quick recap. Okay, we got Sunda, Asian species. Wallachia, in the middle. Sahel, Australian species. Equatorial zone has rainforests and bad soil, but it's got tons of good plants. Monsoonal zone has dry seasons and volcanic soils, and it's perfect for agriculture. I think that's it. So I'm gonna keep on playing because I already started the game. I don't really want to answer any more questions. Maybe I'll do another video, but I thought that was good enough. Also, I'm really tired of talking, so I'll see you guys next time. Just get my password. Alright. See you guys next time.